once I tell people that I'm a realtor, the first thing out of their mouth is, what's going on with the market? Okay, if you're a homeowner, what you're really asking me is my equity safe? If you want to be a homeowner, then what you're asking me is it a good time to buy? We're going to hit both those points over the next couple of minutes. Hi, I'm Teresa McCormick, and we're going to talk about what's really going on in the Las Vegas real estate market. I'm going to give you some high points, and then we're going to break it down so that you really know what's going on in the Vegas market. According to ShowingTime stats, we had about 10,000 houses around January of last year. Now we're hovering around 5,300, which is a big drop, and it's only about 2.5 months supply. This lack of supply has meant that we've had a 5.2 appreciation rate. That's exactly what we were predicting would happen, and that's really average, except for those unicorn years of COVID. That is a typical year of appreciation. The number of closed sales has actually gone up 4.5% over the past year. We're still down from what we should be doing, but we're going to talk about what economists are predicting for 2024. And here's really some good news. Showings per listing is up 67% from this time last year. That's great news if you want to sell your house. We are seeing a slew of buyers that have been sitting on the sidelines coming back into the market since the interest rates have started to fall. We're going to break down those stats so that you can see how the implications apply to you. Let's tackle inventory first. Now, everybody knows that when the interest rates started to increase, buyer demand pulled back. But what people didn't realize is that what historically happens with sellers is when the interest rates rise, it's not necessarily a decrease in the sales prices, it's a slowdown in new listings. When a seller can't get the price they want, they either withdraw their listings or they don't list at all. Now, a live event would be an exception to that rule, but interest rates were the main reason that the listing inventory went down. Now that the interest rates are starting to fall, you will see more buyers and sellers in the marketplace. Fun fact, with every home that sells, 70% of the time, that also creates a buyer because the person selling the house needs to buy a house. Also, more inventory is going to come on the market for those homeowners that are currently at like a 3% interest rates, because moving to a 5% interest rate, that increase won't be so daunting. I want to look at what the experts are saying about the home price appreciation depreciation for 2024. Let's take a look at that infographic. Realtor.com says the market will depreciate 1.7%. Zillow is thinking the market will depreciate 0.2%. But the Mortgage Bankers Associations are banking on a 4% surge. Goldman Sachs chimes in with a 1.9 appreciation. If you look at the blue bar, which gives you an average for those, you're going to see that prediction is about a little above 2%. So the question is my equity safe? Well, the consensus from the experts, if you take an average, yeah, your equity is safe. For buyers, that relatively flat trend is good news. Why? Because we're in an affordability crisis. We need prices to slow down, wages to rise, and mortgage rates to cool off. That 2% appreciation is lower than average, but it may be a necessary evil to tackle our affordability issues. We've had the highest unaffordable index in years, meaning the percentage of income that's needed to go towards your mortgage payment. If the interest rates move down into the fives, if wages come up, we should be able to journey down to a more normal affordability index, like 25%, which would be closer to where we were 3 years ago. Now let's talk about the home sales forecast for 2024. Fannie Mae is predicting just below 5 million, but the Mortgage Bankers Association and the National Association of Realtors is saying above 5 million. We've had a 5.2 million average over the last decade, excluding those pandemic-fueled unicorn years. The takeaway is we could have a 20% increase in sales from what we did last year. So So if economists are predicting the pricing could stay relatively moderate as far as appreciation is concerned and the sales could pick up, I think 2024 real estate market is shaping up for a big comeback. It's just like we had a perfect storm where everything went wrong in the middle of 2022, but I think we're gonna have a perfect storm where everything goes right in the beginning of 2024. Let's go back and answer those two questions. Is my equity safe? Yes, the experts are predicting an increase in appreciation. If you need to sell your house, you still don't have a lot of competition right now, but that will change. I think there's a lot of pent-up demand that's being released as we speak. If you're a buyer, homeownership is still the best way to invest in your future. You'll be able to take advantage of the increase of appreciation over these next several years. The other benefit to buyers is there's not, in this particular juncture in time, you don't have a lot of competition either, but that too will change. This is good news all the way around. The interest rates are falling and the market's going to stabilize. If you would like to discuss your individual situation, just reach out to me. I'd love to be of assistance.